afternoon to you all, our viewers. Thank you for always watching Women at the Front Lines, Women Rise. Yes, we are always here every Saturday at 3 p.m. to bring you amazing stories that are really changing lives. People are learning a lot from what people are sharing, and they're impacting society and changing people's lives because we learn from each other. Learning never ends, and we keep learning. Yes, as one comes here to share their story, there are a lot of experiences, lived experiences, challenges. They tell us how they have overcome the challenges, their journeys, and we get to learn a lot. Yes, so thank you for always watching us. And my name is Nayiga Madreen. I'm your host today. And on this particular episode, I have an experienced person. Yes, she's going to tell us more about the history that we've not even known. Some of us, many of you have not known part of this history. So she will take us through the journey. And yes, I'm more excited to the conversation ahead. Yes, we shall be mixing a little Uganda and English. Yes, so stay tuned and get ready to learn. Today we have Mrs. Gertrude Tophas Nabukalu Wataaka. Yes, I don't know if I've pronounced it well.
It's correct.
Yes, you're welcome, Mrs. Gertrude.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, we are really so happy and honored. Yes, Mrs. Getrude is making 83 years in December, on the 23rd of December. It is really a blessing. Some of us have not witnessed what she has seen. So, ajja kuba tuwulira bingi nnyo byayiseemu, the journey all the way from way back. So, Mrs. Gertrude, she has worked in several places. She has been a secretary. She has been a home economics teacher at Chambogo. She has worked with the NGOs like the Young Women's Christian Association. She has been part of the Mothers Union at All Saints Cathedral. She has been a politician at the LC3 level at Nakawa Division, and she has served 2 terms. Yes, she is one of the people that was around when the flag of Uganda was first raised. So we need all that history. We are going to learn a lot from her. And lastly, she is a cancer survivor. So there is a lot more to learn from her. Yes, we are really so humbled to have you.
Thank you.
Yes. Briefly, you can tell our viewers who is Getrude. Yes.
As you've heard, my name's Getrude Tophas Nabukalu Wataaka. Many people wonder how you mix Nabukalu Wataaka and then... Well, I was born in Ibanda, Mbarara.
Okay.
My parents were government workers. They were Baganda from Masaka.
Okay.
But they were posted there to do government work. So I happened to be born there in 1941.
Wow.
I grew up with my parents. I went to primary there. It was a journey of 2 miles from home to the school. And at that time, it was the only girls' school around.
Okay.
Which had limited classes. So I was there from P1 to P3. I think that was the highest standard I could reach.
At the school.
So I had to go 80 miles away from home. And because we didn't have boarding schools then, my parents found a Christian home. Okay. Known as Abalokole. So they offered me a place to stay with them. So from there, I joined Bweranyanji Primary School. Okay. In P4. I stayed with this family for 2 years, P4 and P5. It was quite a journey from home to school. Then my parents found another group of another family of Abalokole, whom I stayed with from P6 to P7.
To P7.
That home was very close to the school. It was just sharing boundary
Okay.
with the school. And at that time, the boarding school was shifted from Mbarara to Bweranyangi. And the places were few. And they couldn't allow two people from one home to join the boarding school for many reasons, I think.
Oh.
And by then, school fees was, you'll be surprised to know.
Tell us, Mama.
It was 100 shillings, which every family couldn't afford.
I know.
But me, we're lucky, my sister, whom I follow, was already there, so they could not give me place. Because that would be taking two people from one family. So they found me another home of Christians, Abalokole. So I stayed there, P6 and P7. Then later on, because my sister left, so I was admitted in the boarding school.
Okay. Okay.
So I did my education there, O-level education. After Bweranyangi, I joined Chambogo Domestic Science College to do teaching.
Okay.
That was a course for 2 years. We would be taught many things. You could qualify to do many things after there. So from Chambogo, I joined. I'm not talking about the working experience. Maybe I'll come back to that.
Yes, it is okay.
So I went to Nakawa College of Commerce to do secretarial.
Okay.
That's when we learned shorthand, Greg and Pittman, typing, and other things. During Nakawa, I did part-time training with YMCA to do accounting. So I did it as part-time. And yet, Nakawa was fully sponsored by the government. But YWCA, we had to pay. So from my pocket money, which I got from home, I paid for my evening tuition. And I learned accounts.
So that the evening part was not, you were not registered for it?
No, it was not part of.
Okay.
We had the opportunity. Others went for drama, others went for dancing, others sports. So I opted to go for accounting. I joined YMCA. From there, I did some voluntary work, a lot of voluntary work. Okay, I've skipped. I did Red Cross training to first aid for 6 months. That one also the government paid. So we qualified with a certificate. And with that, we could qualify to help people on the roadside who had had accident. Because I had my certificate and I was working for Red Cross. Because at that time it was not easy to rush to help people on the road. But for me, I was qualified. So I would stop and intervene with the people who have had accidents to encourage them to go to the hospital or to do first aid. You would tear your hanky and tie where the blood is coming from. So we knew what to do. You knew
all that.
Then from there, I went to Mindoro Ecumenical Foundation. Mindoro used to cater for all people, more especially people who believed in Jesus Christ. That was one of the qualifications to be admitted there.
I see. So if you're not a believer in Christ, you
well, I don't. But for me, that was one of the qualifications. So I went there for 1 year to learn, more especially youth and women,
Oh.
the young people,
Yeah, the young people.
how to bring them up in life and to teach them more about Christ. I used to attend small courses. Whenever I would see the paper advertising, I would never
go for it.
Go and
Wow.
either 1 hour, 2 hours, one day. I would always get permission from where I would be working. Then I go and attend. I think then I continued learning from time to time, going to different conferences organized by different organizations. And that's how I became
a great leader. And you got involved in too many leadership positions.
I learned many things.
Yes.
And I was very, very happy. And I would come up. I was not shy to do certain things.
Wow. That is beautiful. So, Mama Gertrude, you were one of the Ugandans that was around when the Uganda flag was raised. We need to know what happened, what really happened. By
then, I was working at Chambogo as a warden. Because when I qualified as a teacher, I was posted there. So I became a warden, and I was doing catering in the kitchen with the workers and helping the students who were interested in that as an extra culture when they are not in class. So the raising of the Uganda flag and the lowering of the was quite interesting. And it was a very big experience because Congo had already had their independence. And we had seen how the Congolese suffered. Fortunately, they were brought to Uganda for rescue and they were hosted at Chambogo. So I took part in nursing those women who were bleeding, those people who had no clothes. The government gave us a lot of towels and blankets to nurse those people. It was very challenging to see that we could give one blanket and one towel to a couple because they were not enough. And Uganda becoming independent in 1962, it was somehow exciting, but with a lot of fear because we didn't know what's going to happen. So, because I was already now a member of staff, I got an invitation.
To go and be present.
To go and see.
Okay.
So we went to Kororo. We sat and there were many Bazungus, many also waiting to see. You could see them putting their heads down. For us, we put ours up.
The excitement on that day.
It was very exciting. Many people came from Kenya, Tanzania. Tanzania had already got their independence. So we are second. Congo, Chi, and many Bazungu ran away, by the way. Except those who were supposed to be there. But others, they feared because of what had happened to Congo. But we thank God that Uganda was calm, was very accepting. It was fine. It was fun. There was a lot of eats and drinks.
Of course, that cannot miss. Yeah.
Those who were drinking, they drank. Those who wanted to eat, muchomo, and they ate. And then they sang the anthem.
The anthem.
We all stood up, hands up, and we sang.
How were people? How did people receive the news of being independent finally?
Everybody was happy. From all over the country. People were here. People danced, all types of dances. We saw the acholis, the women with their breasts up.
I know.
And the people from Burundi with these hats on their top. Everything was very, very exciting. But there were prior activities like football, boxing in different arenas. And I think I attended many of them.
Wow.
I used to go.
Wow.
Even to Wankulukuku, there was that Kabaka's playground, we went. And it was a bit exciting.
So, Mama Gertrude, take us back those times before independence. What do you remember? What were some of the best moments or even the hard moments that you remember experiencing?
I wouldn't think of the bad moments. I hadn't seen them.
Okay.
We hadn't known the difference because we were brought up that way.
Yeah.
We had the schools, we had the hospitals, we had the churches, many, many activities. And as youth would go country dancing, there was a lot of freedom and a lot of excitement. And seeing that Uganda's flag now is coming up. We all stood up, clapped, and people danced and danced. We had to buy new clothes specifically for that
for that day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Others had the Obote's portrait. Others had Kabaka. Others the Omugabe Wankole. Others Witoro. Owebunyoro, Chabazingo, Jinja, Busoga.
Yes.
All those things were there.
Wow.
And Baganda mainly put on back clothes. A lot of back clothes. Good, very good quality. You can't find it now. No.
We can't find it now.
Yeah.
Oh. And Mama Gertrude, sorry, we've made 61 years of independence recently.
Say it again.
We have made 61 years of independence in October. Yes, as a country. You can maybe help us trace the journey so far. How have you seen the journey before independence and then after the 61 years of independence? Are we progressing as a country?
It's quite... This is a tricky one.
Yes.
Because I don't know to progress from where to where. But what I remember, that the government did a lot in education by then. Like colleges, people were not paying. Transport was subsidized for students.
Oh.
Yeah, because I used to come by bus from Ibanda to Chambogo.
Oh.
But I just had a warrant.
Okay.
We never paid. We didn't pay fees. We didn't pay transport. We didn't pay medical. All those things were done by the government. And there were very few private schools. Very, very, very few.
Yeah.
I remember, I think there was Gombe Girls' School. Two only throughout the country. And the government emphasized more, I think, on boys' education.
Boys' education.
Because every district had a school for boys, which wasn't there for girls.
For girls.
And there were no co-education, apart from Nabumali High School, I think, and Baduhaga in Bunyoro. But girls had to be in girls' schools, boys in boys' schools. So automatically, girls had to drop that, because they wouldn't. Every class never exceeded 40.
Oh.
It was a must, 40, not even 41.
Oh, every class?
Every class.
Oh.
So you could imagine the whole country. Now you can take like Gayaza High School for the whole country.
Only 40.
And if class take only 14 class. And by then they didn't have HIC. They were stopping on O level.
O level.
I think even Bodo admitted girls later role, but very few, like 3 girls or 4.
Okay.
But with independence, what we remember that private schools opened up, co-education was encouraged, the girls could go to
boys' schools. Okay. Wow, that is a beautiful journey. And so, Mama Gertrude, when do you think of becoming a leader? When do you tell us more about your leadership journey? You've been a leader in the NGO world. You've been a leader politically, and in the church, you've also done leadership. Yes,
I'm so happy to talk about that.
Yes,
because in primary 1, I was a monitor. I was collecting the books from the teacher's room and dishing them out. We never took books home. The books would
Would
start
stay at
school. You
school.
find them at school. So I would be proudly distributing books, pens, no, pencils. We are using pencils. We never used rubbers. We are not supposed to rub.
To rub?
No.
Oh.
You are not supposed to rub. You have to be correct.
Correct.
So I was that.
Wow.
And would campaign. I think that's political.
Yes.
Like
in
that
school.
age, would say, tomorrow they are going to choose leaders. Then you come, you start talking to your friend. I'm going to choose you. Please choose me. Please choose me.
Campaigning.
Campaigning. Not even knowing what we are doing.
Yes.
So we would stand back behind. So they say, Gertrude here, Janet here, Anita there, you there. Then you stand behind the person you want. Then they would count. But I would be one counting.
You would be the one to count.
I would always want to count. You count, you put your hand up.
Okay.
Then they write. Then they say, Gertrude, you are one.
Wow. So I see right from childhood, you want to
always
leadership
to lead.
At points.
Yeah.
Yes.
And funny enough, in class, I always wanted to sit in the front. I never wanted to sit even in row 2. Okay. I was always
on
near
the front
teacher.
Near the teacher.
So that if the chalk drops, I'll pick it up and give it to the teacher.
So active. Oh. So active and very fast. Okay. That is beautiful. So tell us more about your leadership journey at Nakawa division.
At Nakawa, I was chosen, Kangambi, was elected to be on the students' council, representing the girls, the women. Because now I was a woman. So Nakawa was leading, and among the leaders, and would sit with the principal and the directors, and from the government, people used to come. The permanent secretaries, they used to come to tell us about morals. And there were some ladies from the government who would come and talk to us, women, more especially during those that disturbed days, our days. They would come and teach us how to use the pads, how to wash, how to bathe, how to behave. And they would tell us not to mess around. The government was very concerned that women wouldn't mess around.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Mama Getrude, do you think this is still happening in our schools? I don't see a lot of it, like the government.
I think we have senior teachers, I think, who would be doing that. But the schools are too full. The children are too many to manage by one person. But if an opportunity was there, they would invite people. So, for example, when I was, as I didn't say, I'm a member of Mothers Union
yes.
for a long time.
Yes.
So the community would invite us to talk to girl children on Fridays sometimes. So we'd organize fellow women to go and talk to the girls, talk about health, especially that time of the pads and the like, and talk about morals, behavior in the home, behavior on the way, and in class to be active. I think it can still work, but
it can still work. Yes. People are many, and the children are many, the schools are many. Yes, there is a lot happening.
Yeah, and by then, we would be taught that every parent is your parent.
True.
Yeah. You would be talked to, you'd be punished, not even home knowing exactly what happened. And the parents wouldn't complain. They would know. We saw somebody's daughter talking to Madam so-and-so. What was it? Then your mother would go to find out. Then this person would say, either abadde azannyira mu kkubo, abadde ayuira banne amazzi amabi, badde nina okwogera naye. Awo omuzadde nga tayomba. Naye enjawulo wejjira ennaku zino mwana wa gundi tomwogerako. Ani yakuwa olukusa okwogera
n'omwana w'omuntu?
Kiki omanyi ennyo nze kye simanyi? That attitude.
N'omwana yennyini yakuddamu n'agamba gonzaala. Bazadde bange tebaliiyo. A lot has changed. morally yembeera twakyuka.
Embeera zaakyuka ndowooza n'activities zaakyuka mu maka. Abaana tebakyakola mirimu gaffe gye twakolanga. Kwaffe twasenyanga enku, twasenanga amazzi, twasibanga embuzi, twalundanga ente, okitegeera. Ate nga bwe bakutuma ku dduuka, olina okugenda ng'odduka ate n'okomawo ng'odduka. Ate n'oleeta bye baakutumye.
Teri kulwayo.
Teri kulwayo. Kati for example ffe waffe baali balina essaawa. Maama yalina essaawa ku mmeeza. N'agikusomera n'agamba ogenza kano akalimi kali wano, njagala okomewo nga kali wano.
Osusaamu akatikitiki.
Kale nga tuba nnyo okulaba nti okomawo nga tekannakola ki?
Tekannavaawo. Ekyo kyayigirizanga bingi nnyo, okuuma obudde. Kituufu. Time keeping.
N'ogenda okukima amazzi, teri kuzannyira mu kkubo. Teri kunoga miyembe gitali gyammwe. Nga bakikugambira gwe bubbi. Kitegeera. Kati byonna nga tubyewala.
Abaana baakulanga bulungi.
Baafangayo.
Kaakati Mama Getrude, ogenda tubuulirako even at your journey, your leadership journey at no, you were a teacher at Kyambogo. Yes, home economics. Kyambogo secondary?
Yali gundi. Anti yajjanga bavudde mu secondary, Kisawaza college.
Okay, na college. Okay. Kakati ne mu church. Oli mu part of the Mothers Union. Nawo tubuulireko ku eyo journey, Mothers Union leadership.
Kati Mothers Union nagiyigira waka nga nkyali muto. Although I wasn't a mother.
Okay.
Mama wange yali member. Ate nga ayina boarding enjeru. We would put it on oba omulundi gumu mu mwaka.
Wabeerawo
olunaku lwa Mariyamu. Nga lwe bambala. Kaakati nga nina okugenda naye nga njagala nnyo okulaba abakyala nga bambadde that white and blue mu kyalo. Kale nga volunteering okukwata bayibuli ye. Nengenda naye at least ne mutuulako wano bwe nti nga abakyala bayimba mu church, nga bazanya emizannyo. Kale eri twetaddewa tebaali tebaasoma nnyo naye nga balina that time. Kati nenkula nga njagala nnyo Mothers Union. Ate bwe twafunanga abagenyi ku ssomero, manya ku church oba ku headquarter ku ssaza, nga mama wange bamusaba okufumba muceere. Yali amanyi okufumba rice omulungi ennyo. Kati nga mbeera naye nga by then omuceere twagulondanga. Omanyi okugulondamu amayinja, gwabangamu amayinja. Tuguyiga okugulonda nga atusomesa okugufumba. Saamanya ngeri ki gye yapimanga amazzi, naye enfumba eyo yali njawufu ku y'ennaku zino. Kuba kati ennaku zino bwe kiba ekikopo kimu eky'omuceere oteekamu amazzi ebikopo bibiri. Naye edda baafumbanga amazzi ne gabikka omuceere. Kati nga bwe gutokota ne gutokota nga bagutulula. You drain it. Kati bw'omala okudraininga n'oddira olunyata olumanyi. That's ash, the hot ash. You put on the saucepan. N'oddira olulagala, banana leaf. Ne mugisiba ku seffuliya, ne mugisiba n'ekyayi, ne musena omuliro ne muguyiwako. Ne bagiteekaawo. Kati ng'omuliro ogwo guyamba okumalamu amazzi. So my mother was an expert in that.
Okay. Era ndaba n'enfumba nayo yakyuka edda.
Kati nga njagala nnyo okufumba kubanga bwe mufumba gobeera n'opportunity y'okozesa effuliya. You know what happens mu seffuliya. Kati ate ng'ofuna omukisa ogw'okugijjula ne bagiteeka mu bibbo bulungi ne mugitwala ku ssaza. We used to walk 2 miles nga mugyetise. Mugitwala ku ssaza oba ku church. Kwega nenkula nga binsanyusa.
Okay, kati naawe
wakula nenkula nga mbyegomba ate nga mmanyi nti okubeera member Mothers Union olina kufumbirwa, olina kuba nga olina n'abaana. Kane nkula nga nkisabirira nga njagala nfumbirwe, nkule nfumbirwe, much as nali simanyi what takes place, naye nga nali nkyagala nnyo. Kati awo ne ntandika okubeera mu leadership bwe nti. Kati mpozi nayogeddeko tenaliko Mindoro community, Mindoro kiri Zambia. Kati balya bijanjaalo, the way we cook beans, tebalina doodo, bo balya ssere. Kati awo ne kinyamba okudemonstrating, I think yali birthday ya wa lecturer, ne bajja announcing I volunteered to make a Uganda meal. Nensangayo omukyalo omulala ye ng'asindikibwa ba YWCA. Ne tufuna omukyalo omulala ng'okuva wano okugenda oba Jjinja, batuleetera ettooke, kwali tebalya matooke. Ate ettooke yalireetanga lya mbidde. Embidde mu Luzungu simanyi bwe bagiyita. Yali mbidde, eryo lye bakolamu omubisi. N'atuleetera n'endagala, banana leaves. So we peeled, we washed, we prepared. Teka mu seffuliya, ne tufumba, ne tunyiga, ne tuzzaako. Ne bagenda e Lusaka, was very far away. Lusaka is the city of Zambia. They bought us fish from Malawi. So we demonstrated that. Fish and groundnuts. Oh, it was delicious. Wow. It was a wonderful birthday.
Oh, my favorite dish.
So I led that also and demonstrated to the men and the women who were there.
Okay.
Kati ate, that is Mindolo. Kirala kye nakola nga ndi Mindolo voluntarily. Nayambako abakyala, abawala bali bava Namibia. Namibia bali teboogera Luzungu. But they brought them purposely, Mindolo, bayige Oluzungu. Basobole okuddayo ewaabwe to teach, to become nursery teachers. So I volunteered in the evening to be teaching them some words in English. Also, I worked in the community where there were young girls, 13 to 15 years, collecting them, teaching them some choruses, and talking about woman behavior. And they taught me their language. And
I also learned their language.
I learned their language as I was teaching them English.
Okay, yes.
And helped them to be able to stand on the platform. They didn't know. At one time, that is a shame to me. I thought they knew. When they brought things like this, when the girls saw the light, they ran away from the platform. The director came and asked me, Gertrude, what happened? I said, I don't know. So they had to call them back. Sikati ne tuddamu, ne bayimba mu lulimi lwabwe. I clapped. And that is part of leadership, I think.
Yes, it is. So kati eyo malayo banga chingo yigiriza.
Namalayo mwaka gumu. Nali nze ngenze kusoma byange ebya youth leadership. But voluntarily in the evening, I picked those girls.
Nkulaba buli ka opportunity akajja
nga kwako nenyigawo kasita kabanga sisasula ssente. The government was paying.
Ng'okatwala ate ennaku zino tetwagala abaana aba youth, young people. Waliwo opportunities nyingi naye ozigenda oziyingiramu ndowooza kizibu ennaku zino.
Anti kati challenges nyingi. Kuba luli wakikola ng'oyagala ng'omanyi nti in future kiyinza okuyamba abantu abalala nga weenyigawo. Kwabanga kubeegayirira kuba nzijukira okuyingiranga ebya Red Cross. Mukyala yava oba mu Red Cross oba yavaawa ne bajja bamuintroducingira mukyala muzungu ne twewaayo. The girls were 9 with one man.
Okay. Kati Mama Getrude wovaayo eyo, you come back to Uganda, then otandikirawa odda ku kyawo.
Okay. Kati bwe nadda, when I came back from Zambia, by then I went through the youth department because I was working for the youth. I was the secretary for the youth department at provincial level. So when I came back, I found I was in a way promoted, in another way demoted. Why did I call it a
Tuwire se-
demotion? From working from province to diocese.
Yeah.
But somebody told me the secret, which I took. At the province, I was being paid in Uganda currency. But at the diocese, I would be paid in foreign currency. So I accepted. I went for the interview. I did it. I passed it. Then I was made a women's worker, Mothers Union stroke women's worker at the diocese, but I was being paid in pounds.
Wow.
Then it was good. At that time, I was given a car, and they were paying for my housing.
Okay.
And so there,
Okay.
the duty was to organize women and teach them what you have learned, what you know, and encourage them to also to come up. And how did I do that? Organizing competitions. So we had 18 parishes, and each parish had Mothers Union. So the women would compete to come to the diocesan level and would organize these gifts or presents.
Okay.
Then we would compete, first of all, in cooking, national dishes, foreign dishes, dressing, and mainly it was boarding, suit, how you fold it and keep it so that any time there is a Mothers Union, you don't run to go and wash. It's already washed and prepared. Then the dishes, we learned a lot. That's when we knew that you could cook tomato leaves.
Hey,
You didn't know?
I didn't know.
Could cook tomato leaves, could cook cassava leaves.
Tomato leaves as sauce?
And as sauce.
Oh.
Then cassava leaves. Then okra. You know okra?
Yes.
And beans, different types of beans. Then there is additional Western, I think, Banyoro Batoro, Firinda. You know it?
No, I don't.
They are beans, they shell them, you should soak them, you pound them, then you put some ghee and extra, you know extra?
Yes.
Then they put it in a bowl, clay bowl, and serve it, I think, when it is called. Even we learned how to make a shabwe, that white stuff.
Yes.
So those competitions helped us to learn different cultures and serving, laying the table. Would learn all those and compete using the fork, the spoon, the knife, sitting properly at that table.
On the table.
Then would also demonstrate the Chiganda way. I don't know what other cultures do, but the Baganda sit down.
You sit down around.
Akawempe, down. Emikeka, around. They compete. Then you learn from one another.
Yes. Mama Gertrude, I'm more interested in learning how you would prepare the tomato leaves. Do you still remember how they prepare them?
Yeah, I think they wash them.
Okay.
You pick them, the leaves, you wash them, you chop them, you boil them, and when they are ready, you mix them with the groundnuts that already roasted and pounded.
Okay.
I'm not a very expert, but
Yes,
we would allow those who know to teach those who don't know. But it's very delicious, I understand.
Okay. I'm picking, I'm learning. I think I'll try it out.
Yeah, try it out.
And enjoy.
But when you are ready, I can organize for you.
Okay.
Somebody comes and demonstrates.
Hey, I need to try it out. Okay. So Mama Gertrude, as a leader, a woman leader? What are some of the things that made you a good leader, both politically, at church, and NGO world, all the things that you've done?
I think I'm a good mobilizer. I would support in a group, say if we are more than 100, if we are 18 parishes, or if I'm in a Kawa division and I know where we belong, I would support you. If I know your name, I know where you are coming from, I know what is your interest, what is your best dish, what do you do in your extra time.
Okay.
Then I would support you and note you down. And I go to another parish and another parish. If I get like 12 people, about 18 people, then we make a group, we sit and decide what do you think we can do. Because we are even involved in sports, not only netball, but sports, running and drumming and the like. Then those leaders, those you make leaders, your co-workers, all right? They go back to their parishes and do the same among themselves. Then they bring their names. Then you bring, we used to use people from Makerere, MDD, to come and train those particular people. And at that time, they never asked for money, by the way. Would just think it up and give them an envelope, and they go. Then you'd arrange for them to come and teach your group. Then on the judgment day, still you invite them to be among the examiners. Then people come and compete. For you at the back, clapping and encouraging, then you lead them that way.
Okay. And when during your leadership, what are some of the challenging moments you've ever experienced as a leader?
As a leader, as far as women are concerned, what I made, most especially, mothers and married women, their husbands would stop them. They would let them practice and go through, but that time of performance says you're not going anywhere.
You're not going.
That is one. Two, dressing. Mothers would dress white and blue and other things. And those would be very difficult. Each woman cannot afford, but you'd encourage the group to contribute towards that one. If it is for competition, encourage the group to fundraise for that particular person so that she can appear. Now, as another thing, like drumming, we used to compete in the drumming. You first learn the names of the drums. Do you know the drums?
No. I don't know.
Okay, there is a small drum, Namunjolova. There is a big one, Mboti. Then there is a Galavi, the tall one.
Yes.
And many, many others. So the women would volunteer to do that, and we still would go to Makerere, MDD, and call some people, Ochambogo, to come and teach the women. So as a leader, I would do much to look for these groups. But always I wouldn't do before consulting my president, because mothers didn't have presidents.
Presidents, yes.
First of all, you consult your president. When she says go ahead, you try. The question would be, how are you going to finance them, the women coming? Then you call again the leaders there. You start thinking of how you are going to fund them. So we participated in charity walks. We would walk from Nakasero to Lugogo. We have a center there. We built a school there. Then we would compete in cook food and invite community to come and buy. Then we would organize sports. Seeing women putting on shorts, running, it would be exciting also. So you collect money. As a leader, you do that. But in consultation, with the head.
Yes.
Because magazine we come from up, you have a president. No, before you were president, there's a reverend. You have the bishop, then the diocese secretary, then coming down to your president and the secretary and treasurer, then you do manage that way. Would try.
Okay.
But still challenges would be there that some groups didn't have enough money to hire transport. So you go back to the leader of the church now. You share your problem, then they can give you some money to sponsor that particular group which would like to perform, to participate. Then you help them with the funding.
What about the political leadership?
The political leadership, to me, it was good that I met many of my members, Mothers Union and Christian Women members there.
Oh.
And I liked the role I was playing, always leading in prayer. Because I'm a born-again girl, woman. Then I'm a leader here. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother. So always I would emphasize on prayer. Let us pray. Then you find your leader there, another one and another one. Then the hard time was campaigning. Campaigning was a bit easy because you knew the people, because the people knew you. But to explain to the people, to know who you are, and to have supporters who can talk to you, them, wasn't as bad as it is now. Because now you have to have a big pocket to give these people.
Yeah.
To me, it helped me a lot because I used to tell them, the soap I have, the sugar I have, whatever you want I have, but not now. When you give me the kalulu, when I go through, we shall celebrate. They worked on promises. And thank God that I went through and I threw a very big party.
You delivered your promise. Wow.
I prefer.
These days, because we see a lot of politicians, you come, you promise people, and then when you get the seat, you don't even go back. They don't go back.
I think they have a problem. Because you may promise people here, Kukazindara. You promise even what you don't have. You are looking at your salary, but already you have debts. Which
yes.
They have to buy clothes, they have to buy cars, they have to buy shit. If you don't have a house, a home, you have to have a good house. So all the money goes in that. And when you get your first salary, you have to fill those gaps. And yet you promise to these people. That's why they get problems.
So nga gwe aludde mu byobufuzi ebya leadership ebyobukulembeze magezi ki ge wandiwadde naddala abaana abato omulembe guno abaagala okwenyiga mu byobufuzi?
Omulembe ekye nandisoose okwogera nti bafune omutima ogwagala kye baagala okukola. Ekitegeera beeyagale bo bennyini. Be faithful to yourself, then you be faithful to your neighbor and to the nation. Nze ndowooza nti ekyo kikulu nnyo, okumanya ky'oli ne ky'oyagaliza munno n'ensi yonna. Era abantu ntera okubagamba nti, to me, I don't want to offend anybody. Njagala nti politics zitunuulire nga bw'otunuulira amaka go. How are you treating the 10 people you have in the home? Are you managing them? Obasuubiza n'otuukiriza oba obaleka mu bbanga ate ne bikulema ate n'otadda. So nandirowoozezza nti omuntu ogenda mu politics okusookera ddala asooke yekkiririzeemu. Nga bagamba love yourself as you love your neighbor. Oba love your neighbor as you love yourself. Kyeweeyagaliza olwange ndowooza nti kikulu nnyo okukituukiriza okusinga okukusuubiza. Okitegeera? Kuba waliwo okukusuubiza nga temmanyi sigenda kukikola kuba sirina busobozi. naye abaana bano abato ng'aba kati mu masomero politics basitandikira eno wansi nga basaba leadership ne bayogera ne boogera ne bagaba buswitisi obutambaala ne bafuna support which is bad. Kirungi ng'oyi weebaza naye nga si wano ng'otandika. Wemba ng'ompadde weebale nnyo weebalire ddala. Naye lwaki nzijja ne nkugulira engatto ompa akalulu? Okitegeera? Ate bw'otakampa ne ntandika okukulangira kale oyo n'engatto gyayambala nze nagimuwa. Okiraba otya? So politics is not bad. It's not a bad game as they say. Naye ffe babi.
Babi.
Bagamba yagala muno nga bwe weeyagala wekka. Nze bwe ndowooza.
Kituufu.
Naye ate ng'ekirala Uganda was known as a Christian country. Nandyagadde okuyigiriza abaana bano okwagala Katonda omutonzi waabwe baagale ne bannaabwe nabo beeyagale bokka. Kuba bw'oba teweeyagala wekka nakwagalako ki?
Ate bw'oba tolina Katonda.
Ate bw'oba tolina Katonda. Kubanga Katonda ffe yatubeezezzaawo nga bwe naggambye nti nze nagenda okuzaalibwa bakadde bange nga balokole. N'amabeere ge nayonka gaali malokole. Era nzijukira maama ng'agamba tetugaba muliro gw'abanywi basigala. Waliwo ebintu bingi bye baatugaananga okukola. Nti kye bali kye tuba tulaga. Kuba kati njaga nze sinywa mwenge naye gundi jangu wano bakuweemu. Okiraba? Kwegamba abato nandyagambye okay politics bamwagale bwe banga kyekiriwo naye batya. Basooke bakulembeze Kristo mu mitima gyabwe bajja kukola ebirungi. Tebajja kulimba, tebajja kuwaayiriza, tebajja kukola.
Kituufu. Bannabyabufuzi abaagala okujja. Mama Getrude abawadde ki kye musobola okukozesa, what you can use to see that you become a good leader for everyone and for all of us in society. Now, Mama Getrude, are there things that you missed doing as a leader that you wish you would have done better maybe?
Maybe they are there. Naye kati omanyi bw'obeera mu leadership, more especially if you are one of the makers of the rules. Era bwe muba mu discussinga what to do, ofuba nnyo okulaba nti kyoleese kiyitamu, ekirowoozo kyo kiyitamu, ate n'okukola ennyo okulaba nti toyogera eno, n'otabeera do as I say, but not as I do.
Yes.
A good leader should say do as I do, but not do as I say. Kubanga okwogera kyangu naye okukola kiba kizibu. Ate mpozi n'ekirala kye batuyigiriza mu leadership oba kyemmanyi mu leadership. Abantu bano b'okulembera jjukira oba manya nti nabo batambulira ku musaayi. Si mazzi mere, batambulira ku musaayi. Kye weeyagaliza nabo kibaagaliza. Then you be a leader. Ekirala beera n'okutu okuwulira. Lwaki gundi si musanyufu leero? Lwaki eggulo teyakoze? Lwaki ssente ze baazisala? Awo obeera good leader. Era nandikubidde ba leaders omulanga nti singa mumanya nti nabo bano bye mutwala bantu nga mmwe, nga mwana wa gundi tonnamugoba ku mulimu, sooka weebuuze singa abadde wuwo
ne bamugoba. Ate
bwe ngenda keewalako katono ekigambo kya defilement, abaana abawala babonaabona nnyo, yadde mpulira nti ne kati abalenzi nabo babeera defiled, but not as bad. Omwana omuwala ono when is defiled, oba omaze okwonoona future ye. Kubanga ate ebyabawala bigenderamu ebirala, lubuto, bulwadde. Obulwadde HIV akyaliwo, taggwangawo. Embuto zikyaliwo. Naye n'osanga omuntu mukulu ddala n'akwata omwana omuto oba n'ayagala omwana omuto ate bw'amugaa nti I missed my period n'amuwa eddagala aziggyemu alugyemu. That is killing. Asisa oli owo mu lubuto atatta n'ono. Ate ajja kukyawa abasajja, buli musajja gw'alaba tayinza mwagala nga yamukwata bw'atyo oba nga yamufunyisa obuto nga muto n'ayonoona future ye. So nze omulanga nandibadde ŋŋamba nti twongere okuwulira eddoboozi lya Mukama Yesu Kristo gwe tukkiririza nga bannayuganda ffenna. Tubuulire enjiri abasomesa, nze ndi mubuulizi wa njiri. Ogibuulire nga tewali favor, fear of favor, kyogere nga bwe kiri. Nze bwentyo bwe ndowooza. Ebirala byonna birekera Katonda. Era abantu tubayigiriza okutya Katonda, okumumanya n'okumutegeera.
Mama Getrude, what are your hopes for Uganda? Yes.
Njagala okulaba Uganda ey'emirembe, ey'essanyu. Nti omwana wo bw'aga nti mami ŋŋenda Ntebe ku beach, ŋŋende mumusangeyo, naye nga tetakuterya e Masaka, naye nga teyannimbye. Ega njagala emirembe mu maka, ku mirimu, mu makubo, omuntu agende nga waddembe.
Nga buli wamu w'otuuka
nga buli omu owulira ddembe. Kye njagaliza Uganda.
Wow. Ate ogenda tubuulirako you're a mother, you're a grandmother, and we are celebrating your birthday, 83 years. Mukama akuwadde obulamu. 83 years. Yes. Owulira otya okubanga oli maama, you're a grandmother, and you're celebrating this.
Mu butuufu neebaza Mukama nti kye nasabirira yakimpa. Kuba neegomba nnyo okufumbirwa, but nali simanyi what happens. Naye nayagalanga nnyo bakadde bange. One day, my dad called my mom. My mom was busy in the kitchen. Ffe twali tusamba ettaka, to mingle soil. Busy. N'amuyita. Kuba baali baami, nga amuyita mukyala. N'amuyita mukyala teyamuddamu. N'addamu n'amuyita mukyala teyamuddamu. Ffe ne tukola. Kati after some time najja. Nagasebe wadde onneetaaga. I always say it. N'amubuuza nti waliwo lwe sikwetaagangako. Ekintu ekyo ne ŋŋamba waliwo lwe sikwetaagangako. N'agamba mbadde nkutegekera caayi nga njagala bwe munaava eyo osanga ekyayi gali. Naye negenda nga nkula nga yali amwetaaga. Abeera naye bulijjo tubeera naye. Nembeera nakyo naye nenda nti yakyogera mu kwagala. Waliwo lwe sikwetaagangako. Kati as a mother, ekyo nkisabirira nnyo. Nayagala nnyo okwagalibwa. Nze nayagala nnyo okwagalibwa from childhood. Njagala nnyo okwagalibwa. Era nga mbeera nnyo obugurupu obw'abaana ku ssomero, njagala okuzannya n'ono, okuzannya n'oli. N'awaka nga bwe bantuma nsanyuka nnyo nga maama yampise mu ffumbiro nti jangu nkwatireko. Nga kinsanyusa nnyo. Kaakati Mukama yampa abaana 6. Sooka nafumbirwa. Mpeta sijambala kuba kati ndi nnamwandu. It's over 20 years ng'omwami wange afudde. 25. Naye nga Katonda yampa abaana 6. One of them is here.
Yes.
Ate Mukama n'ampa ne basoma. Ekyo nalaba nti nfiirawo abaana bange balina okukola, balina okusoma. Nafuba. Nkyogera nnyo, simanyi nti nasiikako ebinyeebwa, nasiikako emberenge, nafumbako buns. Ekirala twatundanga ki with that girl. Ng'ava ku ssomero n'ajja mu uniform ne tutandika okusiika ebinyeebwa. Tulina okubitwala ku dduuka. Nakola ebintu bingi okulaba nti I could do what I could to make my children reach where I thought they would reach. Ate ndi mind nga ngamba ebirala bali byetuusaako ekitegeero kati yampa abawala 3 n'abalenzi 3 and that was my prayer from childhood tindizaala abaana 6.
Mukama mulungi.
Ate nasaba nti Mukama should give my firstborn as a girl and my lastborn as a girl. I don't know the reason. That was and that's what it was. My firstborn is a girl and the last one is a girl.
Wow.
Ekirala nasaba God to give me a tall man. Because I'm a short woman. Kati nga bwenkibala nti if I marry a tall man, my children will be reasonably.
Yes.
Gasagala. Unfortunately, Katonda samusaba tribe. Jenfumbirwamu. Nayagala just somebody who could love me, who could understand me, who could help me educate my children. Nasaba nnyo obutafunako wife. Ekyo kyo nakisaba from childhood. Kubanga ku ssomero waaliyo abaana abalina 2-3 mothers. Naye nga sikitegeera how and why. Kati Katonda yali yanyamba bw'ati obutalabiriza kumanya. Omwami we twamulabye gindi situnulayo ngamba ebyo bibye ebyo sigenda kutunulayo. Era Katonda ndooza n'akinkolera. As a mother, Mukama nanyamba abaana bange bakyali balamu. Kyokyo nkyebaliza Mukama, they are all still there. The grandchildren, I have them. I don't count them. Abaganda tebabala baana.
Yes.
Naye kyemmanyi nti nalabirirako abaana abatali bange 9. Not that nti baali ba mwami wange, naye bensanga ku makubo. Yeah. Abo ku makubo bo bangi ku kasasiro mwana n'omugjayo n'omubuuza gy'abeera n'akulagira oba n'atakulagira n'omunoonyeza essomero n'omuteekayo n'osasula fees. Those I have about 9. Kirungi bakuze bawasizza bafumbiddwa. They still call me mama.
Indeed, mama. Mama aba mama.
Era
Banange webale kuba n'omutima omulungi.
Nkwebaliza Mukama kuba nalokoka nga ndi mwana muto. Nga ndi mu Sunday school. Nensikiriza okulokoka nempanika omukono. Nendokoka. Kituufu nti ekkubo si lyangu liseerera. Ogwa n'oyimuka n'ogwa n'oyimuka n'osobya ne weenenya. Naye nenjiga okwenenya n'okusaba okusonyiyibwa.
Ate n'ekirala kyenjize nti ogambye wasiikako ebinyeebwa. Manyi tunyomanyi emirimu. Nzoga kati nze ani asiika obinyeebwa ebyo byabali naye byonna bituyamba.
Biyamba nnyo. Kusooka bw'oba osiika ebinyeebwa abaana bo tebagenda kulonzalonza bunyeebwa bwa kkubo kubanga oba obiyina. Obawaako ebyabo. Oba bwe mbitunda ne bamanya nti ezavudde mu binyeebwa musikozeemu kino. Ekitegeera. Ate nakula njagala nnyo bayige. Bayige emirimu egyo. Kati njiga, I'm learning to make bagia.
So learning never ends. Yes.
All along. Era singa naleeseeko nga nategedde nandibawaddeko.
Banange.
My children are helping me. We are trying okuyiga bye tutaayiga. Okumanya babikola batya. Nali simanyi bwe babikola bagiya. Last month nensanga omukazi ng'agula what I don't know. Nangamba my son is learning to make bagia. Omukyala ne musaba recipe. Nange ne mbinoonya. So
nze nakulabiddewo okuva dda buli opportunity gy'ofuna okwatirawo. Which is very important in our lives. Yes, not to take things for granted.
Kunyooma mirimu.
Kituufu. Ate ng'ennaku zino tulina abavubuka bangi tebalina mirimu. Unemployment is very high.
Some people say it is that training we go to okuva babita ba colonists. Much as I don't. Nze mbayita ba developers. Batusomesa kye bamanyi. Nye naffe tulina obwongo okusoma kye twagala n'okuyigiriza abaana baffe. By then nze namanyako Uganda ng'erina miliyoni 8 abantu. Naye kati bagamba we are 60. Is it 60? 60 million. You can imagine. Uganda teneeyongerako fuuti n'emu. It is the same. So tulina okwenyigamu.
There is a lot to learn from Mama Getrude's story. And so you're a cancer survivor.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That
Briefly
one.
also tell us about that. How was the journey? We have people who are going through that challenges.
That's a long journey. Because I didn't know I had cancer. I didn't know which types of cancer there are. Much as I used to visit patients in Mulago Hospital about cancer. I used to go there to pray with them, although I didn't know them. Naye nagendangayo. So one day I happened to travel to India with one of my children who had a sick child. And there were big signposts. You're using every opportunity.
Yes.
There was that signpost encouraging women who are above 40 years to go for testing of cancer of different types. I didn't think I liked it. But the daughter I had gone with this one. She encouraged me, Mommy, you go for checking. After all, it is we foreigners we are paying, the nationals were not paying. I think she helped me with her money, pocket money. So I went for checking. It's a voluntary thing. They check you from the longest hair to the shortest toe.
Oh, okay.
Every organ, every part. I saw 17 doctors in 2 weeks. So when the results came, it was not easy. I got scared. She would say, Mommy, you go. Mommy, go and find out. I didn't want to go. She encouraged me. Fortunately, she had made a friend doctor, who said I should take her as my daughter.
Yes.
Then she takes me to the doctor as her mom. So that friend doctor took me to the doctor. They spoke their language, I don't know. And she said, Mom, you are going to receive your results. Is it bad? They talked, she came and touched me here. She said, you have cancer. I spoke in Luganda. What are you saying? No. You have cancer. She said the name, cancer of the bones. They asked me if I wanted to start treatment. I said I don't have money. The other man said, where did you come from? How did you come here? I said I came from
Without
Uganda.
money.
Where is Uganda? In Africa.
Can you imagine?
I brought a patient here. Oh, the girl we met on the lift, that is my granddaughter. So ne bagamba nti okay, omusawo oyo omukyala mukwano gwa my daughter. N'agamba she'll talk to my daughter later on. Nendeka kisenge ky'omusawo nga ndi mulwadde wa cancer. So through her, she communicated with her siblings. They agreed that I start that good treatment. By then they wanted 5 Uganda million. 5,000.
500
million. But then it was a lot of money. So we decided to start. Then we came back to Uganda. We went and registered in Mulago Cancer Institute. It was not easy. I accepted.
Yeah.
I started treatment. Treatment was from India. Each capsule was costing 22,000 a capsule.
Only.
And I had to take 21 capsules every month.
Hey. That is expensive.
So we started the journey. After 12 years of that, I went to India 4 times for consultation. You have to pay for consultation, the ticket, everything.
Yes, everything.
But my children were very, very good. They are still good.
Wow. We
They
thank
supported
God.
me.
Yes.
They really supported me.
Mm.
So good news. This year, January 24th,
Mm.
I talked to her. I said, we should go and see the doctor. I know to where I'm well. Why do you want to see the doctor? No, I feel I should go.
Mm.
She's so good. She said, Mommy, let's go. I'm late. Let's go. We went to look for the doctor who was looking after me. We booked. We had to go in the evening. We went back. It's a very expensive private clinic.
Mm.
She helped me. We paid for the tests and the like. Oh, the doctor read that. Say, can you believe you are cancer free?
Oh, what a relief. Oh.
That was 24th January this year.
This year. Wow.
So those are the good news.
God is indeed merciful.
God is so good.
Wow.
Mulugita mu Luganda mwesigwa. He's a faithful God. Miranga, I'd like to encourage all the people who are going through the same to trust God, to believe in the doctors, take the drug, pray, do the exercise, believe that cancer is curable. Though the doctors say it is not curable. One of the doctors said in India, we here Ugandans are very prayerful. You pray for yourself. But this disease is not curable. Nimugamba gichuwa chijawa. Ninagamba scientists. My daughter here, is she still there?
Yes.
She knows more because she's the one who took me to India. She's the one who took me to the doctor. She's the one who has the best news for me.
Wow.
She's my firstborn.
Oh.
So that's what it is. So now, from January to today, I'm not on cancer drugs. I'm waiting to go back on the 24th January next year to confirm. But I think I'm cured.
Wow.
I'm sure I'm cured.
We believe. Yes.
Because one day I met a prayerful man, as they said. He looked at me, said, what's your problem? I said, yeah. You are going to go for an operation tonight. I said, what? He said, tonight you are going to be on an operation. Tomorrow you will not have the disease. You can't believe. That night I slept in a theater, in the dream. I was operated upon. I could see them moving things, putting them there. So when I woke up, I told her, Chumanyu theater now. So then again, I knew those results.
Mukama yali yakozedde ekiki?
Mukama yakoladde ekiki. N'olwekyo mbakubira omulanga mwenna abampuliriza n'abali wano bendi nabo nti Mukama awonya.
Amen.
Ate ye musawo asinga abasawo bonna, akyasinza abasawo bonna. Naye nga n'eddagala tulina oddirya.
Kituufu.
N'emmere gye batuwa mu malagala. Ffe tuliyita ddagala, bo baliyita mmere. Food supplements. Nze zankolera nnyo mu COVID saalwalako yadde ssenyiga emyaka 2 gye nali awaka. I was using those food supplements. She's a very good ambassador for them. Nange ye yambeerako. Era ne zinkolera.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Nebaza Mukama olwekyo. Nti Mukama wenjamu a living testimony.
Wow. Wow, Mama Getrude is here with Enid. Enid, we want to thank you so much. We bali kubeererawo Mama.
Enid mwebaza nnyo n'omutima gwange gwonna. From childhood, she's been my friend, my comforter, my counselor. She counsels me. And counseling always nenyiga. Akimanyi naye nagamba naawe onyiga nnyo. But she's so good. I'm so grateful to God.
Wow.
Nandyagadde okwebaza abantu abo abansuza baali babayita bakagumire Mr. Kagumire abasooka okunsuza ayasooka okuntwala for 1 year my cousin yawummula nabo baawummula n'abaddako bayitima nabo baawummula nembeerawo ate kye nalaba nti bwe mubeera mu Kristo mubeera baaluganda n'omwana wa gundi abeera mwana wo ne maama wa gundi abeera maama wo ebyo bye neebaliza Mukama naye ng'okubira omulanga naddala abakyala oli yandyagadde okumanya lwaki nalondawo kubeera n'abakyala nabaagaliza kyempiseemu nti nabo bayinza okiyitamu okukkiriza okwesiga n'okwagala kintu kirungi nnyo kubanga abakyala balina challenges nnyingi mu maka naye bw'oba olina Kristo mu mutima akusobozesa provided you share with him what you are passing through.
Era Mama Getrude n'abaana abawala abakyakula the girls also nabo beetaaga obugambo bwo obasuuleyo akagambo.
Kati abaana abawala nakozesanga ekintu kimu ojja kusanga omuntu akuwaana ng'ate olusi si kituufu naye ng'olusi kituufu nalimbaga nti mugambe bw'aba agambye mu luzungu you're so beautiful kimuga I know I know because my mama told me. I know because I'm in the image of God. Kuba Katonda si mubi. Nguli gw'otunuulira nuga Katonda yali bw'ati Katonda bw'ati bw'afaanana nawe bw'ofaanana. Bano ababalimba n'obuntu obutonotono fish and chicken chips. When you grow up you'll buy it yourself. Yes. Ojja kubwegulira obweriire naye buno bwe akutwalako obulamu bwo bwonna kintu kibi nnyo ate kati abaana abawala yadde batugamba tubuulirira nnyo abawala tutabuulirira abalenzi ng'ate be baboonoona sooka tubuulirire buli muntu nti buli muntu akkirize nti kyenkola gundi singa bakikoze nze sandikyagadde n'olwekyo muno tukimukola nkitegeere bwe bubaka bwange nti abasajja be more loving and caring naye nga nosiravu naye olunaku olumu ddakiika emu kubanga nina amaaso malungi oba njogera bulungi love with the heart ng'ate kyoyagala kyekyo kubanga abakazi tugwa oli akuwaanako nanjala zokka n'olaba nti kikulu nnyo kyawaggulu nnyo si bwe kiri.
Amen. Okay, era nga akadde ke katusalako kokka naye nga twandiyagadde okwogerayo emboozi ne Mama Getrude naye tubadde ba mukisa nnyo twebaza Enid amutuleetedde wano. Thank you so much. Azze naye n'amutuleetera n'atukyalirako. Tumwebaza naye okukkiriza okujja. Thank you so much for allowing to come and share your story with many people. Yes. Thank you so much. Your last words to the people.
Oba ekiddirira kubanga ekisembayo olwomba nfudde kati ekiddirira kwagaliza bannayuganda bannange emirembe tubeere baddembe tukolerere emirembe twagala to love one another and work for each other and to accept that we are all made in the image of God. When you look at her and me at him, you see God in that. And let's believe that. May the good Lord bless you.
Amen. Bless you too. Yes, it has been a very, very beautiful story from Mama Gertrude. What I've learned from her story is she used to take each opportunity, very important. Don't take things for granted. Buli ka opportunity akajja kabuukire katwale. You never know where you will end up with very many opportunities that you take on. Yes, you have been very lovely viewers. Thank you so much for always watching Women at the Front Lines. Thank you to the people on the cameras. Thank you to everyone. See you next week. Bye.